Good evening, everyone. Summer is winding down, so we figured we'd hit you guys with all three of us for this Jaws 4 Summer Extravaganza episode. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, good.
Going good, man. Yeah. I guess so. Summer is kind of sort of winding down with all that damn back to school stuff in the stores, those sons of bitches.
They're already rolling out the Halloween stuff. There's the pumpkin spice latte creamer has been unveiled at the grocery
Mm.
stores. Probably pretty soon you'll be having the pumpkin beer showing up.
Yeah, the Oktoberfest. But hey, man, I'm a summer guy, summer baby. Summer ends September 20th for me, so I'm
Yeah,
hanging in there.
it
Like
is a little premature, definitely.
it is. We were in a Walgreens or something yesterday, and there was a Halloween display up already. I couldn't believe it.
Oh God, these poor kids are like, Jesus, man, I'm going back to school. School just ended 5 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I know.
it's kind of a drag.
I remember summer vacation felt like an eternity when I was, 12 years old or whatever, and it goes by in a blink now as an adult.
Yeah, no, totally, dude. It's everything's rushed, you know. But I mean, we the Jaws series was like a summer thing. This is the last one.
Mhm.
Jaws 4. It's going to be hitting like mid August, so it's timely. We
Yeah,
did our summer thing.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Although, as we'll get into it, this also doubles as a Christmas movie. Who knew?
I know that's that's right. It's versatile.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's run down the lads. Kicking things off. We got the Horsemen of the podcasting apocalypse kicking things off every other Monday. We've got Brandon Legion's Horror Wolf 666. And quick aside, Brandon and I are doing a collaborative sub-series called The Black Lodge, where we're talking about Twin Peaks, and we switch off between Everything Went Black and Horror Wolf on the episodes airing. Up
Nice.
next, who do we have on Tuesday, Mike?
Into the necrosphere with our pal Jackie Smith, bringing you the finest in extreme metal. If you're a fan of the heavier end of the pool, you should already be subscribed to Into the Necrosphere.
Probably that's literally the only music podcast I listen to regularly.
Well, if we want to consider the daily J Dog from Hell's Headbangers videos a podcast, I watch him every day and I listen to Jackie every week. And yeah, that's pretty much it for music.
Yeah.
Mm.
On Wednesday, we've got Everything Went Black, which I got a bunch of different odds and ends going on with that show. One of the coolest things is that happened recently is the Bambara episode, second time with those guys. One of my favorite bands that's come out in the last 10 years, and really great band. If you listen to Everything Went Black, you probably are sick of me talking about how awesome they are, but definitely check that out. Also on Wednesday, we have Iblis Manifestations, brought to you by Cheyenne, who's just killing it, man. He's a high profile motherfucker these days. I'm really happy about that.
He sure is. I mean, it would be amazing to actually get them here in the States, but I know I've said this before. I feel like it's been a very kind of quiet year for the, non-American, black and death metal bands hitting the States this year. I feel like not many have.
Well, you might get
Or
thrown in jail if you come here.
yeah, well, there's that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, who, money and visas and things like that. So
tariffs.
hopefully next year isn't worth. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. There's a multitude of reasons I feel like this year is a bit different, but yeah, that would be lovely if they ever came here.
Thursday is Necro Thursday, where we get the
That's right.
Necromaniacs horror podcast, and we also get day one of Soul Knox, which is Carl Hikara's show. What's
Yep.
on Friday, Mike?
Friday is my brother from my very own mother, John Draper's podcast, Spitball Media, with his co-hosts Shaheen and Bisho Bryan. It is a all-encompassing kind of irreverent pop culture entertainment podcast. A lot of fun. Make sure you're subscribed to Spitball Media. Saturday, you got a day off. Go touch some grass, as they say in the modern parlance.
Do not
What
go to
about
the
Sunday?
Jersey. Do not go to the Jersey Shore because you'll be sitting
Don't
in
go to Jersey
traffic.
Shore. No,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't go to Times Square.
Nope.
Uh, you know, other things. But what about Sunday, Mike?
Sunday, Carl returns with day 2 of Soul Knocks. And if you are into dark fantasy, sword and sorcery, and weird fiction, check out our collaboration called Darkness Weaves, where we're exploring the work of the author Carl Edward Wagner. And I've been ramming Carl Edward Wagner down people's throats for like the last 2 years. And
Mm.
he's one of those guys, man. He should be in the same sentence as Robert E. Howard, H.P. Lovecraft. He's like one of those guys. You definitely, need to check him out if you're into stuff like that.
Awesome. And there you have it.
Yeah.
The horseman of the podcasting apocalypse. Make sure you're subscribed to each and every one. Do we have any calls this week?
We have no calls this week.
Hmm.
Mike checked in with us last week, which was cool. Thanks, Mike.
Yes, I
Yeah.
heard that.
We've got, so if you do want to call us, you can reach us at 908-913-0782, 908-913-0782. Have you guys checked anything out of note this week?
Um, Musically, I've been listening to a record that I did buy last year. Well, actually, I bought it at the beginning of this year, but I've been jamming on it pretty hard now. You guys familiar with the California band that opened the Decibel tour, New Skeletal Faces?
Yes, I am actually. I quite like them.
Oh yeah, really good, like goth, death rock, metal, little touches of extreme metal in there too. But been rocking that record quite a bit. Yeah, it came out I think at the beginning of this year on Peaceville, really cool. And then I picked up a lovely bootleg of The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward on
Oh, hell
vinyl,
yeah.
which
Ooh.
yeah, on gold vinyl I picked up at Generation Records. Sounds great. I have this CD of it that, according to Discogs, is worth quite a penny. But I never owned Mrs. Ward on vinyl, so
Nice.
yeah, I gave it a spin this morning as well, and sounds great.
No
Very
movies.
nice.
No movies really. Other than our fantastic film of the episode, I didn't watch any. I didn't watch any like full movie front to back in the last 7 days. At night I just kind of put on like random, wind down the day stuff on, Netflix or Amazon Prime, but no actual movies. Kind of just
Yeah.
like background stuff, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Jeff,
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Mr. Scandato. I haven't watched anything in the last 7 days. I did attend a show last night for the
Oh,
first
shit.
time in God knows how long. Went to see my former bandmate, Mr. Aaron Turner, and his new band, Sumac, in Hamden, Connecticut, at a place called The Space, I believe.
Yeah.
I was there a month ago I was there. Yeah, cool spot.
Yeah, the place is great. The sound there is incredible, and Sumac, who I've seen about 6 times now at this point, really definitely the best time I've seen them. Really, really incredible. It was good to see all those guys again. One of the surprises of the night was a band that opened something kind of more you guys' alley was the opening band Chapang. Do you guys know Chapang?
No,
No,
no.
never heard of it.
Oh, they're on Relapse. I think they're
No.
on Relapse.
Are they like kind of like death metal-y?
Yeah, I think that they're from Nepal originally,
Oh, shit.
and
Oh,
there was about 7 people on stage, and Aaron was telling me that wasn't even the full band.
Wow.
oh wow.
Yeah, like they, I think there was 2 guitar players and a guy doing like samples and stuff. A singer, but they normally have 2 drummers, 2 singers, I think maybe 2 bass players.
Wow.
Jesus.
It's not something that I would really ever like put on. It's very like death metal-y, but I really enjoyed their
Huh.
set. It was insane. It was
Damn.
really intense.
Okay.
And a lot of fun. And I'll be seeing both bands tonight again in Boston.
Awesome, man. Where are they playing in Boston?
No idea.
Oh,
Some ballrooms. It's in Somerville.
okay.
Space. I don't know. I don't remember these things, guys. I
Yeah,
haven't.
I was at that club when I texted you, Jeff, when I saw Enough's Enough with Jane. They played there.
Enough's Enough was playing there.
At the space they played, I believe.
Didn't those guys used to play like stadiums and shit?
Yeah, well, that's the
Well,
yeah
things have changed, buddy. Things
yeah.
have
Oh
changed.
my God.
This is
Oh
Yeah,
my.
the victory lap those guys are taking. All these
yes, yeah.
minor bands. Yeah, they.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I saw them. They were playing at, or they either played or were playing or are playing at Dingbats in out here in Jersey.
Oh my.
Yes, they played it. That was around the same week.
Yeah,
Yep,
which
yep,
is like
yep.
a small place. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man. Maybe what
Mhm.
is that? Quiet Riot and Warren on those shows too? Like just like the
oh man,
washed up metal bands or something. Wow.
Actually, they do bet those. It's funny you pulled those two bands out of a hat. Those two bands actually do pretty well these days. Significantly better than Enough's Enough, actually.
They can play the 400 capacity room at some of these clubs.
Absolutely, four to five, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's nothing to balk at, but for bands like that, like I
yeah.
just remember that shit being absolutely huge. Um,
Oh,
other than
hmm.
that, I am going to see that film Weapons tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
I've been getting texts about it from friends saying that this is a 10 out of 10. I don't really
Mm.
know much about it. I've been trying to avoid spoilers and things like that, and so yeah, I'm really excited to see that. Apparently, the movie is a massive hit too.
Yeah, John Draper seeing it this morning. He actually sent me a text, brother John. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm staying away from pretty much everything for it because I do want to see it as well.
Quite
Yeah.
enjoyed Barbarian too, so really
Yeah.
excited to see his follow up.
Mhm.
I'm going
And
to. Oh, sorry, man.
no, not at all. I was just saying, and that's it. Other than the wonderful Jaws 4, I've watched nothing. So you're up, Mr. Hill.
No, I was just gonna say that I'm probably we're looking into checking weapons out this weekend. Depends on it might be either tonight or like tomorrow during the day, maybe a matinee tomorrow. Might be the way we go
Mm.
with it. Yeah. Oh,
Another new 2025 film I want to see is Together.
yeah, that
Yes.
one's too another one that's on the list there. Some body horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely went under my radar that was out in theaters. I saw it as a trailer before like three films I saw this year, and then I just completely forgot about it and saw that it was playing, and I was like, oh fuck, this came out.
Yeah, it stars Dave Franco and Alison Brie. Alison Brie played one of my favorite characters on Mad Men.
Mm,
So yeah, I want to see that.
that's right. You are also a big Madman fan. I forgot about
Yes,
that.
I am. Yes, Pete's wife. She was, great character.
Greatest TV show ever.
Oh, I'm on a rewatch now because Jane has never seen it, or
Oh
she only
boy.
saw portions of it. So we're about midway into season one. So yeah,
Oh man,
hmm
such a good show.
amazing.
I caught a movie called Zandali,
Mm.
which is like an obscure film, man, but it's awesome. It's like it's got Nicolas Cage and Judge Reinhold in it
Oh
Ooh.
wow.
from the early '90s. It's got a brief appearance of Steve Buscemi,
Hmm.
as well as Joe Pantoliano. You know,
Huh?
Interesting
like
cast.
might know from The Sopranos, among other
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Didn't Nicolas Cage have one of those tiny roles in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, or no?
You're thinking about another film actually that
That the two of them had together at
he
one
played like
point?
a punk rocker.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, the two of them together sounds interesting.
yeah. That was a thing. The late '70s, early '80s, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Last American Virgin. You know, there's like this high school romps, you
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah. There's a ton of great ones from the early '80s. Last American Virgin is the godfather of those movies, just due to the ending alone.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is like kind of like a erotic thriller,
Hmm.
like with a tragic ending.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that came. I'd seen that movie way back, and then it disappeared, and then it was brought to my attention that it's on Tubi.
It slipped my mind because I'm insane. This week, I finally went to the weekly horror movie screenings at Lucky 13 in Brooklyn.
Dude, I got to do
Uh,
that, man. I got to do that
yeah,
one week.
I went this past Wednesday because they were showing Maniac,
Oh, fuck.
1980s Maniac, and it was really cool. Full room back there at Lucky 13. It's a free event. Um, had a great time, a lot of fun. It was, I mean, I've seen Maniac, but I don't think I've seen it in about 7 or 8 years. And I just realized on this particular watching how much it is like a perfect fucking horror movie. Like
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just like, I mean, I don't want, I don't know. I kind of sometimes will say that it's extreme horror,
No.
although it's not that like the kills are extreme, but the movie itself actually has not only these comedic moments, it has like these really scary moments that are goreless
Hmm.
going on, and just very dramatic and disturbing. I mean, it is just such a fucking great movie. In 2 weeks they're showing Frankenhooker, so I'm definitely going to go
Oh,
to
hell
that.
yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, shout out to the Brooklyn Horror Society. I met the guy who runs the weekly events. He was really cool, and told him about the podcast. So
What night of the week is
cheers
that on?
to
That's like a weeknight, right?
Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesdays,
All right,
yeah.
cool. Wednesdays, I'm actually going to be in the city more because for work starting next week.
Mhm.
So, yeah, dude.
All right. Yeah, maybe we'll
I
meet up. They start at 8, everything wraps up by 10:30. And yeah, it's definitely something to do in Brooklyn on a Wednesday.
if I still lived in Brooklyn, I would be there all the time, actually, probably. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
but even from out here, like for me to get to Lucky 13 from here is like a half hour. It's not that bad, really.
No,
Oh,
it's not
that's
bad at
perfect.
all.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers, Brooklyn Horror Society.
That's awesome, man. And not for nothing, the Maniac remake is incredible.
I like it,
Yeah.
dude. I
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
totally backed him. I totally backed him to the remake of that movie.
Me too.
No.
It's great.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so I saw that. That was fun. It definitely an offbeat movie. I highly recommend it on TV. And I've been doing a rewatch of Twin Peaks for Everything Went Black, Black Lodge episodes that we're doing. And then I reread Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker for an upcoming Patreon episode for Long Shadows, which is the Everything Went Black weird fiction Patreon series.
Oh,
Awesome.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
And yeah, that's about it, man. Musically, I just been ripping Ozzy.
Yeah.
Just I don't know, man. I've been going down a rabbit hole with like the Jakey Lee records lately.
Oh,
So
so good. So
yeah.
fucking good. Mm.
Really enjoyed your podcast with our friend Randy too. That was a good listen.
Yeah, it was like surprisingly heartfelt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just was like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's funny. I in a conscious way, I never really understood Ozzy's like impact on my life and creative and Sabbath and all that stuff. And it's just like, yeah, it just hit me a little bit harder than I thought it would.
I
Yeah,
mean,
in the days after he died, well, the next day, we were coming home from Atlantic City, and I just was like overwhelmed with sadness at one point in the drive, thinking
Exactly.
about it.
Yeah.
And then recently, I had like the same kind of moment. I mean, like me, it's me and John Lamaki from Candiria. We were listening to like we sold our soul to rock and
Oh
roll in
yeah.
his basement and learning our respective instruments, playing
Yeah.
along to like NIB, and
Yep.
it's just these memories ingrained in your head. Like they were just kind of like the first fucking band, Black Sabbath, for me. Like like I just
Yeah.
it means so much to me. And Ozzy solo stuff too. Like I definitely was a very big fan at one point as a younger man. And then you kind of go in and out of that stuff. But like putting on that again, it's just like, oh my God, there's just so many bangers and so many fucking just amazing LPs. And it's undeniable.
So yeah, that was good to talk through all that stuff with Randy. That was fun. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's a couple of weeks ago at this point. But yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess that brings us to our feature film, Jaws #4, The Revenge.
Mhm.
oh boy.
Yeah. All right, let's just go through some of the basics here. All right. So directed by Joseph Sargent. We got another director on this one after Jaws
uh,
3.
yeah, mainly a TV movie guy.
Yeah.
Looking at his stats, Jersey guy, Jersey City, no less.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, passed away in 2014 at the age of 89. But yeah, an ass ton of TV movie credits if you look at his IMDb.
Didn't he also direct the original The Taking of Pelham 123?
Let's see.
That's
Did
a
he?
great movie if he did that.
I don't know about that. Did he? Hold on. 19. Hmm. I don't believe he did.
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking
No.
about then.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. No problem.
It happens. It happens.
Oh, all good. I'm trying to pull up pull up that movie, but yeah, I mean, yeah, not perhaps not the greatest of directors, not a Spielberg, right?
Okay, moving on.
Definitely not a Spielberg.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh you are correct. He
Oh,
did
yeah.
direct that movie.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Oh yeah,
Man. You know,
All
you
right,
are correct.
I want apologies from both you guys.
nice
No,
work.
no. Uh, yeah, that's his big claim to fame. That movie is one of his biggest claims to fame.
Right.
Absolutely.
He'll always have that, you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
Nice work on that one.
Yes. Yes.
So written by Michael de Guzman.
Hmm.
And I don't know anything about him. So do you guys, that name ring a bell with anybody?
No.
I think
No.
I think I worked with a guy with that name. I don't think it was the same dude.
Yeah,
I think
I used to train Muay Thai with a guy named Michael de Guzman. So
sure.
that's a fairly common name, I guess.
All right.
Mm, mm.
Movie was released January 1st, 1987, and it's 98 minutes long.
Oh. I
Seems
have
long.
July 17th. It was a summer release. July
Oh, shit.
17th, 1987.
Oh, see, we're fucking doing good with this these things today. All right, let me fix that. July 17th.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know where I got that date from, but okay.
Feel-
All right.
It feels like a January movie, though. I can see where you would make that mistake.
It's a Christmas movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Uh, kind of an inspired cast in some ways.
Yeah.
But then again, some of these guys are prostitutes when it comes to acting. So okay. We've got Lorraine. We got the Brodys returning. We got the Lorraine Gary as Ellen Brody,
Mhm.
Lance Guest as Michael Brody,
Mhm.
the great Mario Van Peebles as Jake.
Sunny Spoons, dude.
Yeah, man. Michael Caine as Hoagie. And we know that Michael Caine is a seasoned actor.
Yeah.
We know he'll do anything for money.
Yes.
Maybe in the 80s he'll do anything for money. I don't know about straight up. I don't know. Maybe back at that particular point.
Right.
You know?
But maybe in 87, he's like pretty much down for whatever. He's
he did a cool
DTF.
sex comedy. He did an interesting sex comedy about 3 or 4 years prior called Blame It on Rio. I don't know if you guys remember
I've
that.
seen
Yeah,
that one,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was doing his thing in the 80s. Yeah.
Michael Caine is DTF, down to film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Judith Barcy as wait, hold on, I skipped someone here. Karen Young as Carla Brody.
Mhm.
Judith Barcy as Thea Brody. And that's I'm trying to think of anyone else of note here.
Now, a nice little cameo from Mario's dad, Melvin Van Peebles, as the mayor, Jason Witherspoon, the mayor of the town over there.
Melvin Van Peebles. And sort of in essence, we have Roy Scheider.
Yes.
As Martin, back to Martin Brody.
Who Roy Schreider smartly declined to be in Jaws 4. He was asked.
Really? Yeah.
Yes. As was Dreyfus, and there was in the original script a Hooper scene, like he was in the mix in this movie, but he declined, and they removed that from the script. I don't know if you guys caught this. To me, this was one of the better parts of the movie. When I'll get into why I think the whole first 20-25 minutes is actually quite good.
Oh boy.
There are 3 Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 women in this movie.
I caught this.
Yes.
I
including Mrs. Kittner. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, for a movie that's really not great, it had that was a very nice moment. And I definitely enjoyed the beginning, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the cast, Lance Guest is sort of a horror movie veteran, you could say,
Yes.
from being in Halloween 2,
And star of The Last
The
Starfighter. So
Last
he's not,
Starfighter.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. All
He's
right.
no schlub. No schlub. Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie completely bypasses Jaws 3 in like a Halloween, like Mike, you mentioned, in the same fashion that Halloween seems to have bypassed
Mhm.
their skipped over the events of Halloween 3. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Jaws 3 didn't happen in this universe.
Yeah.
Again, out of the gate, a, again, a good idea and a good overall thing in a movie that is not really filled with goodness. I actually really liked the fact that it was like Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 happened, and this movie was presented as a direct sequel to Jaws 2. So that was a
Yeah.
good thing. Yeah.
Was this one of the first movies to do that? Just ignore one of the sequels?
Very good question. It might be. Yeah. Hmm.
Huh. 'Cause, I mean, I listened to your Jaws 3 episode and I kind of agree with everything you said. I mean, it was just utterly forgettable. This was not.
No, right. Yeah, like I think I'm almost glad that it ignored three because three, I don't know, three is really hokey. Yeah, three
Yeah.
looks better than this movie, but this movie at least makes more like sense in a weird way. I mean, I don't know.
I actually disagree that 3 looks better. I think this actually looks a little bit better than 3. 3 looks like he was filmed like on the totally on the cheap, man.
I
Mm,
agree. There's actually some shots in Jaws 4 that are well composed and look like the director had some sort of visual flair, that
okay.
he was maybe in his mind making some sort of drama. Jaws 3, like Mike Hill, you said it, like it looked like a TV movie. It's very bright, it's very
Mm,
cheap looking. I mean, the acting is pretty dreadful. This is a little step up in quality, I'll say.
Yeah.
Oddly
Apparently,
it
enough.
is. It really is. And there's a drama in this that was not in part three. And
Yes,
look, people have picked apart the acting in this all up the wazoo, all over YouTube. And I mean, there's a lot of YouTube vids about Jaws the Revenge, just like there are about Jaws 3. But I don't know, something about watching this again. I came away with not thinking this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, like vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have those vibes here. I
I
don't know.
agree. I agree with that. I actually, I mean, Jaws 3, everyone was high on cocaine apparently when they made that movie, and it was, completely a mess, you know. And this movie, I'm going to say it right now, actually, is actually more of a drama than anything else.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think to its detriment, though, honestly, because
Mm,
you're strapping in for like some cool like shark kills and action and stuff like that. And there's actually more focus on characterization in this movie.
absolutely.
right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's almost like the film doesn't want to commit to its batshit crazy concept. Like I think it wants to be taken seriously as a drama, but this is about a shark seeking revenge, which I mean, it's absurd. I don't know how
Yeah.
this got past the multiple levels of producers and studio execs. I thought, yeah, supernatural Jaws movie. Let's do it.
But,
It's
hmm.
truly, I mean, the '80s, man. It could only happen in the '80s.
But
Yeah.
I do think the basic ideas, right, on paper, it's the Brody family. It's 12 years later, Sean and Michael are adults. Sean is a cop in Amityville. Michael's a marine biologist. Dad is dead. Mom is alive. She's still in Amity. And, Sean is killed. There's very good ideas here. No? Do you disagree or agree?
All right, the first leap of faith that you have to make is the shark. And once you
Right.
make that jump, yeah, I think I agree with
Mm,
you. It's a good, it's a good premise, really. I mean,
mm.
assuming
I,
that you buy the fact that a shark will seek revenge, you know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
Yes.
I think conceptually it could have been cool to think that the mom thinks that sharks have the vendetta against the family, but that's not actually
Mm.
what's happening.
Ah, yeah.
There's some
Uh,
kernel of a good idea in here somewhere.
yeah, yeah. I talked quite a bit about the novelizations in each of our episodes, and I have to say, in the Jaws 4 novelization, there are two interesting things of note. Number one is Michael Caine's character Hoagie is a smuggler of sorts, doing illegal, nefarious activities, which is
Yeah.
only hinted at in this movie. And the other thing is that there is a voodoo aspect in the
Oh man.
novelization, and the shark has been cursed by this voodoo priest character who has a vendetta against the Brody family.
See, that makes
How about
sense to
that?
me, man. That's
Yes,
actually like, you know,
yes.
that would have added so much more quote unquote believability to the plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like once again, just like that, the really cool Amity is in shambles aspect in the Jaws 2 book, there's another element removed for this movie that would have potentially helped the movie. No?
I have to admit, I read the novelization of this when I was a kid.
Mhm.
I have it somewhere. It is
Oh man.
just as batshit as the movie, and as far as it being more believable, I have to disagree.
Oh no.
It was pretty absurd, and honestly, the biggest mystery of this movie is why is Michael Caine's character named Hoagie?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's one of the more bizarre aspects of this very bizarre
He's,
movie.
he's named after a sandwich. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, it's
um,
like it's like that's a good one, man.
Um,
but yeah, the novelization is wacky. I think it was based off of one of the earlier drafts of the script,
yes,
and
yes. Same for Jaws too. Yep.
again, maybe there's a better, more interesting 2 hour cut of this movie. I'm not really sure.
The original theatrical ending has a different death scene for the shark, and it's on YouTube.
Yes,
The shark is impaled, and the ship goes down, and it doesn't. I mean, it looks pretty bad, but it's a kind of a better way to end. I almost thought, but yeah, you
this
can find it.
is the first movie I ever saw that had a different ending from the version I rented. Then when it was on HBO, it showed the original ending, and I was very confused as an 11 or 12-year-old boy by
Yeah,
what had
yeah.
happened. I'd never seen that before.
The ending on the version you could watch now on Netflix, kids, is not the theatrical, and it's not the home video, the VHS days one either. It's there's a big surprise. A certain character who clearly dies is alive at the end of this version you're going to watch on Netflix. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But all right, so yeah, where do we even begin? I mean,
Well,
you guys talked about in the last podcast that the continuity between the Brodys doesn't really make sense.
No, but uh, okay. We removed three though here. Okay,
Mm.
the way I took it for this one is that if we go by like 1978, if 1978 was Jaws 2, okay, which is when it was released, and now we're in 1987, the ages are they kind of line up. I think Sean might still be a little on the younger side.
Right.
But again, you're right, a little bit of a leap of faith. Sean, the younger brother, is Amity police chief, like his dad was, and Michael, the older brother, is in the Bahamas as a marine biologist. Yeah, I mean, I think the ages are just a couple of years off. I think with the Sean, but Michael kind of lines up. He looks like I think the age he might be post Jaws 2, 8, 9 years later.
It would have made more sense to reverse the fate of the brothers, almost like if Michael was the chief of police and the younger brother was the marine biologist working on a term paper or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. That's a good point. He is a bit young to be the police chief, but again, leap of faith. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, exactly, man. He's like 22 years old or something like that as a police chief.
Yeah, no, he is. Well, wait a minute. That's a very good point. He's about 22, 23, if we're
Yeah.
going by a timeline. Yeah. Mm.
Well, right off the bat, too, this movie starts with a shark point of view. And if you'll notice, the camera is clearly above the water, like the shark is swimming,
Okay.
like its head
He's
is out of
looking.
the water. Which
Yeah.
honestly, The shark is out of the water a lot in this, so that is within the continuity of the movie, I guess. But technically, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Not if he is possessed by voodoo priest. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And we see Amityville, Amity, and it's Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was kind of neat to see, we've only seen it in the summer, and now here we are in the winter. Everything's sort of closed down. It's a little dreary, kind of almost atmospheric. Again, setting this whole thing in Amity during the winter might have been a cool idea.
Yeah, good. Again, good ideas here. They're definitely good ideas.
Yeah. I think those good ideas end pretty quickly. So okay, yeah, we meet. We're back with the Brodys. Sean has to go and clear something out of the water right away.
Yes, because the chief of police needs to do that. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Or maybe he's a deputy. I don't know. He seems
Yeah,
high
something
up.
like that. Right, right.
Yeah.
I I mean, I wrote down. Did the shark set a trap for Sean?
Mm, perhaps. Yeah. Looking
I
like
mean,
it.
I mean,
Yeah. All right.
was it just a coincidence? Was it just waiting for him? I mean, he would have had to have set this trap. This is a pretty smart shark.
Well, going with the idea that this is movies based on revenge, it's
Mm.
like it makes sense that the shark is trying to get, for some reason, trying to get back at the Brody family because, like, the original shark was blown up. The shark
Mm,
in Jaws 2 was electrocuted,
mhm.
and so forget about 3. So who is he, like the son of the shark that got blown up in the first one, or I don't who is he?
I just think the word is out on the street down there that Amityville sucks and fuck the Brodies. I think it's just another shark. I think it's in the shark community. They do not like this family and they do not like this island, so they're there to fuck shit up.
I guess
Um,
so. I
yeah,
mean, well, if
yeah.
you ignore Jaws 3, the Brodies only killed 2 sharks,
Really good too. Yeah, not a big
and
deal.
it was one Brody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it
All
wasn't the
right.
whole Brody family. I mean, but who understands the motivations of sharks, I guess?
I mean, and not for nothing, those sharks had it coming to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not like the shark was swimming out minding its own business, and then Brody showed up and blew him up. You know what I mean? Or a guy, electrocuted him or something. You know what I mean? It's like the
Mm.
sharks had it coming. It's not so. Where's the revenge?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a shark that takes revenge, sets traps, and I did you guys understand what was happening during the shark attack? It was filmed nonsensically. The shark comes out of the water; it's already covered in blood, and then chaos ensues.
Okay, that's why this movie has a trauma-esque vibe.
Yeah,
It has like this. Okay, it's 1987. It almost has a throwback to like the 70s or maybe early 80s to it, like where I almost feel like the director and everyone knows that like the shark is low budget, but they're just going with it anyway, kind of vibe,
yeah.
Like,
Good call on that, man,
sharks
for
don't
sure.
jump out of the water really like that, and
Right.
they don't do the things that Jaws does in this movie. But again, it's just you just gotta go with it, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, Sean isn't even in the water, and this thing bites his arm off. I think. Again, it's edited in such a way where I couldn't really tell what was happening.
Yes, yeah, you're right. You're completely right. It's very strange looking. Yeah.
And somehow he ends up in the water, and Jaws gets him. Aside from the absurdity of all this, I gotta say, it's kind of a disturbing sequence.
It's
Like,
effective. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's effective, and it's cut with people Christmas caroling in the background, which I thought again, like, oh, that's actually stylistic and really enhances the atmosphere of what you're watching. This horrible death of a guy screaming and begging for his life while people are Christmas caroling in the background.
Mm.
It's like you said, it's surprisingly effective. This character you come to know and love over 4 movies is just getting, just destroyed by this shark, and he's
Yeah.
screaming for help, and no one can hear him. Uh,
Mm.
pretty pretty good scene
Good
in a
opening
way.
scene. Yeah, good opening scene. Agree.
Yeah. Uh, but So, and then, the next like 20, 30 minutes of the movie, nothing happens.
No, well, they go to they manage to they have a funeral. They bury Sean. Like I said, we see some of the old cast members from the first two Jaws movies, some of the townspeople, which is cool. I thought that was great. Um, Ellen is very distraught. Not only is her husband gone, but her youngest son is now dead. From a shark, of course. Sharks have been a thing in that throughout their lives and, pain point. Um, but, Michael comes in for the funeral and, of course, convinces mom to come with him, down to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes, there's not a lot of action throughout this entire sequence. Not really. I mean, I guess they had to kind of get it from point A to point B, right?
Well, one thing to
Yeah.
note too is that Ellen's like growing trauma of water
Mm.
as she tries to urge Michael to give up that awful job that he has as a marine biologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want anyone in her family near the water, which is funny because the next scene takes place on a boat. They're on a ferry to back to the island or something. That struck me as very funny. I don't know
Well,
how
she,
that wasn't picked up on.
she got over it very quickly, guys. Again, you gotta. It's this movie should just also be titled "Just Go with It."
It really should be.
Just
Yeah.
go with it. Yeah, don't worry
And
about it.
that's where she says the shark killed, it came for Sean and that it
Yeah.
killed the father. Now, she says he died from fear of the shark, which is sort
Mm.
of, again, I think in this timeline, he died a year prior to the events of Jaws 4. So
Mm.
he killed two sharks and then 10 years later died of fear from killing those two
Yeah,
sharks.
that makes no sense at all.
Makes no sense whatsoever. And that's when she inexplicably has this idea that the shark is taking revenge. And she develops some sort of psychic connection to this shark. And none of that is ever explained. I mean, we have scenes of them going about their day. We have a scene of Michael running on the beach for no reason. I rewound it several times to sort of see.
Oh,
I
I
was
know
like,
what
why
that
is he
was. Oh,
running?
guys, I know what that was.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe you Jaws fans didn't pick up on that. Not only, okay, it is a nod to the scene in Jaws 1 where Brody and I don't know if it was the other deputy or the Mike, where Brody and one other character kind of run down the beach or walk along the beach. There is literally a scene just like that in Jaws 1. I don't know if you guys remember, but that's what that was. That was
Okay.
a
Well,
nod to that scene where he's going to run toward the remains of a victim. Yeah, that's what that was, and I thought that was actually pretty cool.
okay.
Towards the beginning of the movie, yeah.
It
But
doesn't
only
make a ton of
Jaws.
sense.
No, well, it doesn't make sense. No, but it was a nod. Just like there's a second nod to Jaws in this, where Michael and his daughter play that game at the table with the faces, which Chief Brody and Sean did in the
Right.
earlier Jaws. Yeah, so
And
there's Jaws nods. Jaws
they
nods.
they intercut some footage from the first film as if like no one did picked up on that. I thought it was pretty obvious, but
Yeah. Yes.
I
No
was
Jaws
half
2 footage though. Only Jaws 1 footage. You
yeah.
notice that? Yes.
I was half hoping when he was running down the beach that the shark was going to be chasing him or something.
Dude, yeah. I do like how they did try to connect make some sort of continuity between the first two and this one, where
Yes.
Jaws 3 could have been anyone really. It didn't really. There was no real solid connection. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
it was cool to
Agreed.
see the Brodies again for sure, but it just does really nothing because after this, he convinces his mom to go to the Bahamas. There's a scene of them on the plane. There's a scene with Michael arguing with his wife. It just sort of meanders for a while. Like
Mm,
again, it seems more interested in the drama, but this is a crazy concept. I mean, I think some of the dialogue, like just go with it. Have like the characters talking about this crazy idea that a shark is taking revenge or something. It just goes on and meanders, and then the boredom is broken by a fucking dream sequence, which is also edited in a way that is not clear of what's happening on the screen.
yeah, there's a lot of that. And, it's funny. The Halloween franchise comparison with the Jaws 3 and Halloween 3 is interesting, but with the novelization, adding a supernatural kind of voodoo aspect harkens back to what they also did to the Halloween franchise with kind of 4 and 5, where Michael is
Yeah.
actually a part of this supernatural cult. And so it's kind of
Ah,
interesting there. Yeah. Very
yeah.
interesting parallels from the, late 80s, taking again this wonderful first 2 movies franchise, and this kind of, murdering it with the third and fourth and fifth kind of movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
at this point they definitely have beaten this dead horse with the shark. You know what I mean?
Mm.
The
Yeah.
second one was a bit of a stretch, in my opinion, but it was still enjoyable though. You know what I mean?
I mean, the second one is that, it's the first slasher, only it's a shark and it's in the water,
Right. Yeah.
it's,
Which is I'm cool with that completely, but 3 and 4, come on now.
What's interesting about your slasher theory, this is a slasher. It is about this supernatural thing picking people off for personal reasons.
Yeah.
However, there's not enough action.
No, no one
The only
dies in this.
at this point of the
There's
film,
like
the
2 or 3 kills, yeah, and they're
yeah,
pretty cool kills, but yeah.
but it's not like this massacre like the first and second one were. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like this shark. All right, back in Amity, the only person the shark killed was Sean.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
one.
so the shark like followed him down to the Bahamas, right?
Which is insane. Like,
Somehow. So it's not like in the first one, the shark's just like massacring all these people.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. Well, there's one like sequence in the middle of the movie. We meet Jake, Mike's research partner, played by Mario Van Peebles, in a kind of wacky performance. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but he's clearly having more fun than anyone else in the movie.
Yeah.
We finally, we get the shark sequence where we see the shark in full. It's attacking the boat, and this shark. It's the fourth movie. Technology is advanced. This shark looks probably the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not as
Doesn't
bad
look
as
good.
3, but
No, I was gonna say the shark looks worse than the 3D one.
yeah. But
Mm.
this thing is shot, man. I mean, it feels like someone like throwing this thing through the water and then yelling action and filming this thing sort of like sink. It
It
moves
looks like a
so
very large. It looks like a very large rubber shark that has like the front has like a big mouth and like a weird jawline. But largely, yeah, it does look like something that was like plopped in the water in a few sequences, and whatever plopped it in the water, they had to cut away quick. Yeah,
yeah,
that's yeah.
exactly. I mean, the shark has never really quite looked real, but I think in the first two, especially the first one, it's so menacing. The
Yeah.
thing that
Yeah, it looks
always
its best.
the thing that always got me about Jaws is it doesn't quite look like a shark. It looks like what it is, this mechanical monster. I mean,
Mm.
if you go to a store and they have like a toy Bruce on display, you know that that's Bruce from Jaws. You know it's not just a great white shark. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like it has like this distinctive look that isn't quite real and it makes it just scary. This is the same thing, but it's comical.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not sure why.
Well, with Jaws 1, it falls within that practical effects, mystique that in any film from this era, really, it's like if you watch with practical effects, it looks cool because it's a tangible thing. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily look real, but it's
Mm.
scary though, and that's where the Bruce from Jaws 1 and 2 fall within that sort of era, that vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they had more money to spend. They had bigger budgets in 1 and 2. Obviously, I would say this one is obviously the smallest budget, but I think I don't know. Maybe they did the best they could, but yeah, there are moments of just like, oh my God, this looks terrible. But then there was a sequence with him and Michael where he's kind of like chasing Michael, and Michael kind of hides in this boat, and
Yeah.
there's this really nice scene. I think you might know what I'm talking about, where
Yeah.
it's like they shoot upwards,
Yep.
and Jaws swims up. Like that looked really really good,
Yeah,
actually.
that was
There's
pretty
had
good.
some nice
Yeah.
moments, you know.
Yeah, I wrote that down. That is like one of the probably the best shot in the movie. The shark is in like silhouette, and yeah, I
Mhm.
know I agree because the rest of the chase scene, this thing is just sort of lumbering like crookedly at Michael. Like if you watch it swim, it looks like
Yes,
it's
I
about to
noticed that.
tip over in the water.
You
I
have that, and then you have the absolutely absurd kind of animatronic, moments, you know, Jason and the Argonauts kind of old school, like, you know what I'm saying? These very fake looking moments when he's leaping in the air kind of thing, and it just looks really bad.
Yeah, it's yeah. Oh God. They were very smart to kind of keep it more in your head in the first couple films and not show it too much.
Mm.
Because I mean, you get a good look at this thing and you see like how ridiculous it is. Actually, some versions of the movie, some shots, you can see the mechanics of it underneath.
Oh, really?
There's
oh
technical
man,
error. There's technical errors in the film.
Mm.
it's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. The It's funny you mentioned Jason the Argonauts because that just kind of backs up the whole practical effects thing where it's like
Mm.
that stuff doesn't look real, but it looks awesome. You know what I mean?
mm.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
it looks extra hokey at times. What about the roaring? The shark actually
Oh boy.
roars. That's a bit much there. But some people were like, "Oh, maybe it's because like maybe that's like the voodoo aspect." And I'm like, "No, there is no voodoo aspect in the movie. We don't know, like it's supposed to just be a shark. Like it's not, you know, it's not this possessed being." Like if you're gonna have it in the book, that's fine. But if you're not, if you've removed it from the film, then there's no reason why this thing should be roaring. Like this
Well,
just makes no sense.
even if it's a voodoo possessed shark, sharks don't have vocal cords.
No, they don't.
And that's there's so much of like, okay, it's a shark that takes revenge, but they're still trying to bait the shark like it's a normal shark. Like, oh, it's
Mm.
attracted to blood. We'll put blood in the water and we can get it and track it. But you don't need that. This is a supernatural shark. It's just going to come because Michael's there. And, Michael, after the chase sequence, Michael is back in the water like nothing happened and nothing happens to him. It doesn't commit to its own wacky idea. But I guess the shark is preoccupied because there's another shark attack where we get Mario Van Peebles' dad is, I guess he's the mayor or something. And he's giving an
Yeah,
award
yeah.
to Michael's wife, and there is a shark attack. I guess it comes from Michael's daughter
Yep, yep.
and misses her because this shark is not very good at revenge and eats
Mm.
someone else. I didn't know if that someone else was
This,
related to them.
this poor woman, yes. I
And
think it's a woman.
that's kind of another good shot. There's a shot where the camera is on the banana boat that's speeding towards the shore, and you see the shark with a girl in its mouth in the distance. That was a good shot.
Mm.
There's something about it in the background, someone waving and screaming and begging for help while this boat just speeds away from it. I thought that was a pretty good shot.
I agree.
Um, yeah, everything leading up to it. Again, the shark jumps out of the water slowly to grab this person. It looks ridiculous, but that was a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I don't know. Obviously, they might not have been high on cocaine while they were making this movie, like they were in Jaws 3. I feel like it was one of those things where we have X amount of money, we have X amount of resources. We're still making a Jaws movie, okay? But somewhere along the way, I don't know. I feel like they were just like, fuck it, like like with
Well,
some of these scenes.
the whole decision to film in the Bahamas feels like a fuck it. They're like, okay, let's go to the Bahamas for a month because I want to go chill in the Bahamas. Like,
Yeah, like there was no the only okay, the reason for the Bahamas is that it followed them there, but it could have
Yeah.
followed them to Florida. Like it could have, like, you know what I'm saying? It could have, like,
and that would have made a lot more sense, in an idea that doesn't make any sense. But this thing gets to the Bahamas in like a couple
a day and a
days.
half, or like 2 days. Yeah, that no shark is getting from New England to the Bahamas in a day and a half, 2 days, or whatever. Yeah, pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if that can be tested scientifically, but I'm pretty sure it's not possible. I don't know. And there's this whole subplot about Mr. Hoagie and romancing the mom.
Mhm. Ellen.
Yeah, the movie spends a lot of time on this stuff. And you forget you're watching a Jaws movie for big chunks of this. Nothing is happening on screen. You have the opening attack on Sean. You have that sort of thrilling chase sequence. You
Mhm.
have the banana boat attack. And in between, it's a whole lot of just meandering nonsense of Hoagie and Ellen walking on the beach. And none of it is particularly interesting.
Yeah, not a lot of death scenes at all. There are literally two, I just Googled it, two on-screen death scenes in this
Mm.
movie.
Yeah,
Three, depending on which version you
Three,
watch.
three,
right.
yes,
Yeah.
three, depending on what version. Correct.
And
Uh,
she has this psychic link with the sharks sometimes and not other times. I mean, it's so inconsistent.
hmm. Let's see, just to humor me, how many kills in Jaws? Three. Three had only four human deaths. Yeah, not a ton.
Yeah. I mean, the third one might be bad, but I don't remember it being boring. And I was kind of bored during this through like long stretches of the movie. Not even the nostalgia factor was that exciting. Because, I mean, all honesty, when I was a kid, I rented this movie like once a month. I was obsessed with Jaws. Seeing it as an adult, I was just like snoozing on and off, man. This is a boring fucking movie.
It totally is,
Yeah,
man.
but I gotta say though, like a part of me enjoyed this a tiny bit more, or maybe equal than Jaws 3 because of the
Oh,
whole
sure.
because of the continuity and because of the I don't know, uh Brody family like connection and the attempt at drama, but it wasn't really, a success, that attempt at drama. Um I don't know.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine
Michael
is in it.
Caine as Hoagie, it's got these little kind of quirks that I kind of enjoyed, and the rubber suitness of the shark, and I don't know why. I found myself not like hating this movie. I don't know.
It's a fun watch in the sense that it's just so absurd and kind
Mm.
like it is kind of so bad it's good. I mean, this ending sequence, I didn't notice it as a kid. I definitely notice it now. Looks like they're in a swimming pool. And it's
Yeah, they might be. They might be
like
one of those really big ones that they've used with like the screen, like this green screen, where the fuck it's called in the background. It's possible. It's very
I'm
possible.
90% sure this is a studio lot, like water tank. I actually you can see the water splashing against the edge of the tank they're in, and that it's clearly a wall painted to look like clouds.
You know
Um,
what? I think you're right. I mean,
Holy
although this
shit.
this was shot on location, what do you call it? In the Bahamas and at Martha's Vineyard, but I don't know. I have a funny feeling it oh yeah, it was completed. Oh my God, on the Universal lot.
there
So
you
there you
go.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Michael Caine is attacked, and the shark sinks the plane. Which okay, I mean it sunk a helicopter in part two, so you got to go bigger for the sequel.
But let me just jump in real quick about the plane landing. What a fucking dumb idea, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not even like a type of plane that can land on water. I
No,
mean, like that's a really bad plan. He's a very bad pilot. He's not good at his job.
And
absolutely,
they
man.
dropped the ball with a nod to Jaws 2, where he could have ate the plane. That was a missed opportunity there. But they don't have the money for that. So yeah.
Right, yeah. But when Michael Caine comes back out of the water, this has been pointed out by a few people. His shirt is dry.
Yes.
So I think that's where they cut, and then like, okay, we're now filming. We're moving
Yeah.
the production to a lot, and that's where the film really looks wonky. Is that ending sequence?
Yeah. Because it's
And
all post production. I think that whole ending is like, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, um, I have no idea what they're trying to antagonize the shark to ram it. I don't know what their plan was, and then the shark inexplicably explodes for no reason.
No, those he has that electronic thing in its mouth and it's zapping it. That was kind of silly. Yeah, I remember he managed to get that device in its mouth, and
Oh,
then he's holding that thing in his hand, and he's like zapping it somehow. And but the actual death, yeah, is kind of strange.
well, you don't
Uh,
even really understand why Jake gets eaten. He's he gets the thing in this thing's mouth, and then the next scene, he's falling into the shark's mouth. What happened? Like, there's like a scene missing that would explain like how he ended up in the shark's mouth.
and apparently that ending that we're talking about that may very well have been in a pool was done with some reshoots that prevented Michael Caine from getting his best supporting actor uh what do you call it award for Hannah and Her Sisters. So yeah.
Can you imagine you finally win an Oscar and like, I can't be there. I'm filming Jaws 4.
Dude,
But
that's horrible, man.
Jaws 4 bought him a home, so he fondly remembers Jaws 4 for that reason.
Oh,
Although
Michael
he's
Caine
never
doesn't give a
watched it.
fuck.
Yes. Yeah, the movie bought him a nice home. So yeah.
I mean, I'm glad someone got something out of it. This movie effectively killed the Jaws series. This is the 1987. It's the last Jaws movie that we ever saw. Although I saw in some countries there's a film called Cruel Jaws that is billed as Jaws 5 in some countries.
Did it come out of
I've
Italy?
heard of Cruel Jaws. I've heard of Cruel Jaws. Oh, and at one point this movie was called Jaws 87, by the way.
Yeah. And Jaws Returns. I think, Mike, you're right. I think it was Italian because
Yeah, Cruel Jaws. Cruel Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So while not technically a sequel,
That's
there is a Jaws 5 out there.
that's the Italian way, man. They always like
Oh,
there'll be
hell yeah.
some they'll make unnecessary sequels to films, you know.
Yeah, they love like bad water movies. I remember as a kid renting a movie called like Devilfish or something like that. That was Italian. Did you guys see that? Am I imagining? Am I having a false memory?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of the bad water horror films I've seen were from Italy.
It was
But
another
this
funny
isn't.
thing about Lorraine, Gary, and Ellen. Uh, Roger Ebert pointed out she has memories of events that she was not present for
Yes,
in her
yeah.
flashback.
That's a supernatural element, you know. We can attribute it to that maybe.
Also interesting, she was married to the head of Universal Studios, Sid Sheinberg, which is, I think, why this movie was made as a vanity project for her. If that's the case, he did his wife absolutely no favors. Sid Sheinberg famously went to war with Terry Gilliam over Brazil. He wanted Gilliam to cut it down to 90 minutes. And Gilliam obviously wanted to preserve his 2-hour cut of Brazil. Gilliam won that fight, but effectively ruined him from ever working with Universal Pictures again.
Oh, wow.
But when you see what Gilliam went on to do and what Sid Sheinberg went on to do, I feel like Gilliam definitely won that fight in more ways than one. That's how I always remember that name, Sid Sheinberg, from that, reading about Brazil when I was a lot younger. So he's trying to do something cool for his wife, and this is what he makes: Jaws: The Revenge.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think in the mid late 80s, people, I don't know, the studios and filmmakers and people behind certain films just really lost the plot. Didn't care about the original films and the intellectual property. Didn't really have like the heart about it. I feel like things are more sacred now, a little, like I think people care more. Don't get me wrong, they're still churning out bad sequels now, but some sequels I think take a little more care, whereas opposed to in the 80s with your Friday the 13th, your Jawses, and your Halloweens, there was nobody really kicking back and going, you know what? Why are we just disgracing the original movie? Like nobody was probably really thinking that at all,
No, absolutely. That said, what would you feel if you guys read tomorrow there's going to be a new Jaws movie? How would you feel about that?
Honestly, optimistic in a very weird way, only because we are worlds away from the effects of Jaws 3 and Jaws 4. And if someone could maybe say they did a thing where Jaws 1 is canon only, or Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 are canon only. And I don't know. It could be a complete pile of crap, but I almost just feel like now that there are more people that care about the past, like, so maybe somebody has a good idea. So that's my take. Maybe someone has a good idea.
I would check it out. I don't know where you would go with it, really. Does it take place in the 80s, or, like, I don't, you know what I mean? But there's enough shark films being made, like, since then. The
Yes.
Sharknado franchise,
Mm.
Maybe that's next summer's project.
Yeah.
I have long said Jaws the ride, the movie, would be a great addition to the Jaws franchise. A movie about the Jaws ride and a real shark gets in there somehow or something like that.
There you go, man. You should pitch that.
Dude, I lived in LA for 15 years. No one made that call to me saying, Jeff, what is your fucking Jaws 5 idea? And I never, I missed my shot, man.
Worth noting, there's currently a supposedly wonderful documentary. I'm going to maybe even watch it today. Jaws, the definitive inside story, Jaws 50, which is on, I forget what streamer it's on right now, but it looks really good. So yeah, they put it out in time for this 50th anniversary of the first Jaws. So oh yeah, it's on Disney Plus and Hulu. So yeah,
cool.
I want to see that. Yeah.
I would love to see some footage of Jaws that hasn't been shown yet. I would just love to see, some cut scenes, some footage of the shark not working or what we were originally supposed to see. I would love to see something like that. There's not that much about Jaws that people haven't seen at this point, and we've all seen the behind the scene photos of the original. Attack on the kid's boat was a Kittner kid,
the Kittner boy, yeah, that's
which is absolutely horrifying when you see that photo. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see like a really nice, like the Friday the 13th series and the Nightmare on Elm Street series had that like 5-hour documentary. I would love to see Jaws get that kind of treatment.
I agree.
Well, this one is, I believe, all about just the first movie. I mean, it may touch on the second movie, but this is supposedly a very good documentary about the first one. So,
okay. So, how do you guys, over 4 Jaws movies, how do you rank them?
Oh, well. Okay. I'm going 1, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to rank all 4 films in order?
Yeah.
With the ranking? Like what we give them?
No, like, yeah, which in order of like, like,
okay.
Like
I misunderstood you first. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with Mike. 1, 2, 4, 3. 3's a piece of shit completely.
Yeah, totally agree. This isn't Jaws 4 is not a good movie at all. It took a big swing and completely missed, but it's a better watch than 3, and it really at least tried. Where in Jaws 3, I felt no one was trying.
Yeah, I agree. And a bunch of people did not agree with that assessment on my Facebook page.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, Jaws 3 is way better, and blah, blah. I'm like, oh, is it way better? But so on our Necro scale, 1 to 5, what, Jeff, are you giving Jaws the Revenge?
As a terrible movie, it's a 5. I mean, this is. I have to agree. Like, it's not the worst movie ever made, but it is one of the worst movies ever made. On a technical level, it looks like a real movie, at least, whereas 3 looks like made for TV junk. I don't know. It's entertaining. I'm gonna go 1.5.
Okay. I gave Jaws 3 2.5, which is super duper low for me.
That's very generous of you too.
I know it's very generous for me, but for me, 3 means it's at least worth seeing, and therefore I'm giving Jaws the Revenge a 3 out of 5. How about that?
Okay,
and it's worth seeing. You need to see it. I think you need to see all 4 to a degree, but 3 to me is the most skippable.
All right. Yeah.
I literally look, it's not with a bullet, this 3 out of 5. Do not get me wrong. But I think I like that connection to the OG movies, and I like that they tried to do a little something with the Brodys, and they didn't have enough money to. But yeah, I actually give it a 3.
Wow.
I gave it a 3 too, Mike, honestly. And it's
Wow.
I think yeah, definitely see it because it fits into the continuity,
Hmm.
albeit poorly, but it fits
Right.
into the continuity of the Jaws saga. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It wasn't great, but it's definitely worth checking out. It wasn't I mean, it's a bad movie, but as far as a film, it holds up though. You know what I mean? Somewhat. It's not like the third one is like a fucking abomination, if you ask me. You know what I mean? But it's all I'm gonna say, like with the Exorcist franchise, you got one, two,
Hmm.
and three.
Hmm.
Two is a complete abomination, and three is an excellent film, necessary.
Right. Right. Right.
And you can skip three completely, but if you're feeling a little saucy one night and you want to see something, definitely check it out. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so strange. Like again, how you're giving the keys of a vintage Rolls Royce to a drunk teenager. You know that's what they've done with some of these marquee films and with some of these later fucking sequels. But as far as like you said, if someone were to present somebody with, listen, we want to do like a really good Jaws sequel or a really good new idea Jaws, to me it would be a maybe, maybe that's a good idea.
What would be
Just
your
like with
plot?
Friday the 13th, there's that Friday the 13th TV show prequel that's coming that looks very promising,
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm down with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well,
What would be the premise for Jaws 5? If someone say, with like with a good budget and proper funding, like what would be the premise for Jaws 5?
you know
Mhm.
my take. Jaws the ride, the movie.
Right?
That's all you need right there. That's my pitch. I don't know about you, Mike Scandato.
Honestly, look, uh, the Brody mom and dad are gone in this universe. I think Michael and Sean are alive, actually, for this one for me. I would kind of retcon a bit. Um, and they're older and they're PTSD'd out the ass. How about that?
Mm.
Okay. And there was none of that for 4 like that, but maybe like that should have been there. I think we have a story about 2 brothers who are in like the world of the ocean and aquatics, maybe, or they're fishermen, or maybe there's something to do with the water, but they're both very traumatized, and somewhere along the way, they're like sharks have come back into their lives, and it's like it's a new shark. It's not related. It's not like the son or daughter of the old sharks, but it is a new shark, and it has somehow re-entered their world. I don't know. That's tip of the iceberg idea.
Not bad.
Mm. Yeah.
I would have direct continuity with the third one. So Sean would be dead.
Oh,
Mike
okay.
Mike
With
would
the
be a
fourth one,
marine
yeah.
biologist,
Hmm.
and maybe he's not in the Bahamas anymore. Maybe he's
Hmm.
somewhere else. Now, well, I would say that the either the shark, there's like some mutation or evolutionary thing that causes the shark to have that sort of cognition that. And there's
Mm.
more sharks like that. And they descend on some whatever town, Amity, maybe, you know.
Hmm.
So there's like a whole new like mutation offshoot of sharks that are like evil and bloodthirsty and have and he's sort of aware of it because as a marine biologist, he goes back through some of his notes and findings and he sees that there's like some unusual behaviors by this strain of sharks, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. You
okay.
know,
Can I suggest a
Mm.
title?
yeah,
Much
what's
like
that?
Alien to Aliens, this could be Jawses.
Jawses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple sharks.
There you go. So there's like a whole crew of evil sharks that are like, maybe these sharks even are like they come out of the water too. I don't know. Maybe they have legs, I don't know. They're like Lovecraftian like fishmen or something like that.
I love it. I love it. And I'll point out it's been a reoccurring dream of mine since I was a little kid of a
Yeah.
shark stalking the land.
See,
Like,
maybe this all takes place in Providence or Dunwich or something like that. I don't
Okay.
know. Like,
oh man. Yeah, bring like Lovecraft lore into it.
yeah.
I love it.
That's
That might
awesome.
be better than my Jaws the Ride, the movie ideas. Awesome, guys.
Well,
Well,
that's it for the Jaws saga.
Yes, that
for,
wraps it up.
It
for
was
now.
actually way more fun than I thought it was going to be originally, actually.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Had a great time going over our favorite fish. Yes.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, Jaws, just when you think of the summer, you think of Jaws and these movies. And even though there's a really only one good movie, I'm glad these three others exist in some way.
Yeah, totally, man.
Awesome.
All right, gents. It was great to have everyone together for this episode. And everyone listening out there, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Take care.
Take care.